About 2,800 troops are already in Texas. The defense secretary will meet with them. By the way, that's part of about 7,000 or so troops that we expect to be making their way between Texas, Arizona, and California. And so obviously they are all going there to support Customs and Border Protection operations along the border. We're talking about those soldiers and Marines all across the American Southwest. Now, today, the Defense Secretary plans to meet with those service members currently deployed in support of the Southwest Border Mission. That's a mission, by the way, that largely is meant to maintain an orderly engagement of the thousands who are said to be coming up from Honduras through Mexico.
There's been no change to that mission at this time. We'll have to see what the future holds. But right now, that's the only mission I have.
Meanwhile, there are reports that there are groups of migrants who, Bill, have splintered off from the main group of that caravan. And that group is said to have already reached Tijuana, a clarion call to action, according to the former ICE director.
Game on. I mean, I think the administration is ready. CBP has, of course, got a lot more resources down there, with the military, building the infrastructure and the fencing. You got a lot more inspectors and asylum officers down there from CIS ready to start these interviews if they come to a port of entry.
As is customary, the Defense Secretary will get an assessment, even a threat assessment, from commanders and leaders on the ground. The senior leadership cadre obviously will want to make sure that he is aware and abreast of everything that they've seen so far. That should happen later today, Bill.
Meantime, we got a rare rebuke from the First Lady's office late yesterday for the dismissal of a staffer, Kevin. What can you tell us about this?
Well, this is a senior staffer who is involved with national security matters, and this is an unusual circumstance to say the least. Generally speaking, Bill, certainly in covering the Trump White House, you simply don't hear very much from the First Lady's office. And certainly yesterday it was a bit of a surprise to hear that the First Lady's office is specifically calling out a staffer, saying that they don't want her on the team moving forward. Now, you and I have also talked about this idea that once we get past the midterms, there's lots of shaking up at the White House. That's not uncommon, but he's talking to East Wing stuff. It's pretty rare to see something spill out publicly. We're talking about a senior staffer named Mira Ricardel. She's a national security staffer. She's got a reputation inside the White House for having, let's just say, sharp elbows. That may have been her undoing in the First Lady's office. The First Lady's staff issuing a statement yesterday. Let me share just part of it, very sharp. It says, "It is the position of the office of the First Lady that she, Ricardel, no longer deserves the honor of serving in this White House." As is often the case, strong personalities can create divided loyalties, and while she remains in the job at this hour, it is clear that the First Lady's office wants her out. And to use an oft-heard expression around here, we'll see what happens.